Hello, welcome to the School Board Report. I'm your host, Jayden Watkins, along with board member John Landers. Mr. Landers, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Jayden. Glad to be back in the studio.
Let's begin by talking about the news that Superintendent Saxton will be retiring from the district July 31st of this year. He submitted his formal resignation letter to the board for the February meeting.
Yes, so we formally accepted Mr. Saxton's resignation effective July 31st of 2024. We're incredibly grateful and thankful to Mr. Saxton for his years of service to the district. That includes 8 years as superintendent, 3 years as operations director, and 11 years as high school principal. We're very grateful and thankful for his leadership and wish him the best as he kind of starts the next step in life. And then we are starting the process, to find our next superintendent. One of the things we had talked about several weeks ago when we announced it is that we would be releasing a survey to the community to gather input on what qualities or what they would like us to share about the district. And we released that survey yesterday afternoon. We distributed it via Remind and district social media, and we really want to hear from everyone in the community. We want to hear from teachers, parents, administrator, alumni, community members, and especially students. Students have a strong voice in this district, and we want to make sure that we get your input. And the board will share a summary of these results with the community as we close out the survey. Survey will be open till March 15th, so everyone has plenty of time to fill it out as we continue through the interview process.
What does the timeline look like? How long before we know who our next superintendent will be?
Sure. So we have kind of a timeline goal in our head. One of the things we know is that the Educational Service Center of Eastern Ohio in Canfield will be assisting us in this search. They've worked with other districts on doing superintendent searches, and it's also at no additional cost to the school district to take advantage of that service. We expect that probably around April 9th is when applications will be due, with it being available to apply for hopefully within the next week or so. We expect to probably have 2 rounds of interviews, which will probably start in mid-April, and with the second round being in early May. We'd like to have a new superintendent named prior to the end of the school year, hopefully to allow us some overlap so this new individual could work with Mr. Saxton prior to his retirement and gain some familiarity with the district before starting officially full-time with us on August 1st of 2024. It's an exciting time for the district. Change is tough. We all acknowledge that, but this is a really good time for us to continue our standard of excellence and continue to grow and improve as a school district.
I heard there was quite a bit of student recognition at the board meeting.
Yes, I think that's a big part of something we try to do at every board meeting is to honor the outstanding work our students do, whether it be academics, in athletics, or in the arts. And we had a nice mix at our meeting on Monday. We invited the girls' undefeated 7th grade basketball team from Glenwood and the boys' maroon 7th grade team. They were both AAC champions. Mr. DePietro and Mr. Knox are the coaches of those 2 teams and just talked about what great young men and women they are, what great student athletes they are, and the future looks bright with those 2 teams having really great years. We also had 2 6th graders from Center win a statewide contest hosted by the Ohio Civil Rights Commission. Cassidy Satterwhite won for her essay, and Isabella Passaro won for her artwork. And once again, I think last year we had 2 winners across the district for the statewide contest, and to have 2 winners again this year, especially from the same school, is really great and awesome for Boardman Center. And then nationally, BHS senior Swathi Padmanabhan won the Congressional App Challenge for the 6th District, which was formerly under Congressman Bill Johnson, who's now president of Youngstown State. He attended our meeting to congratulate Swathi, and we really appreciated him taking the time to honor her. His office picked her Nalox Not Alone app as the best, and it will be displayed with all the other congressional app winners from across the country in Washington, D.C. So just really a wonderful array of things to highlight at our meeting on Monday.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Sure. So, we're already at the end of February, and that kind of means the tail end of winter sports season. I feel like this school year is going pretty quick. We wanted to just kind of give a shout out to our girls basketball team who are AAC and sectional champs. Mackenzie Riccatelli was AAC Player of the Year as well. And then our boys and girls swimming and diving teams were AAC champs again, I think maybe for the 10th year in the row. And they sent more than 20 swimmers to districts and 11 to state in a combination of relays and individual events. And freshman Alex Taylor was the AAC Swimmer of the Year for the girls swimming team. So just congratulations to her. We know as of last weekend that our boys and girls bowling teams are state bound and will compete next weekend for the state championship. And from the girls bowling team, AAC Player of the Year was Marissa Funk. So just really some great jobs by our student athletes. And then, as a Quiz Bowl alum, this is important to me. Our varsity and JV Quiz Bowl teams took first place in the county tournament that was held last weekend. So that's just really great news for them. And then I think just maybe some things to remember and coming up. We're already getting close to March. On Friday, March 22nd, will be Project Mayhem in the BPAC. Tickets are on sale and available at Boardman High School. And and for seniors and parents and guardians of seniors, we have a lot of scholarships open for people to apply for. Make sure to apply for those prior to the deadline, because we know the Honors Assembly is going to be here before we know it. And just great to be back in the studio.
All that was pretty interesting. Thank you for taking the time to join us today, Mr. Landers. I am Jayden Watkins for BSTN. Have a great day, Boardman.